Hey everybody, it's Shane, and I'm back in the ToLiss A321 Neo. I had such a good time flying this aircraft last night, I thought I'd get one more flight in today. I flew to JFK last night from DCA, and after I landed here, I realized that United doesn't actually fly to JFK, so I kind of want to fix it. I'm going to bring this plane back to an airport that we actually do fly to, and not come back here again with United. So I already got the aircraft mostly configured. I'm going to go through the final cockpit preparation checklist, and then we're going to get ready to go. So just one flight tonight from JFK down to DCA. Unfortunately, it looks like the river visual is not an option again because the wind is gusting from the north. So there's no way we'd be legal to do a tailwind landing like that. Okay, IFR clearance. I don't have one because there's no ATC here. But squawk code is 7412. 7412. No, that's not what I do. That's not where we do it. 7412. Okay. TCAS radios are set for departure. Fuel quantity. 12.7, that's right. MCDU is checked and confirmed. Works with panel. Predicted wind shear's on. Gain to max. Okay, and we'll use system 2 when it's time. FCP airspeed is managed. FCP heading is on nav. FCP altitude. Flight plan says 360. I don't know if we're actually going to get up that high, but we'll give it a shot. Altimeters. Let's get the weather. Check this weather out at JFK, guys. 300 at 17, gusting. Gusting to 25, so that's a pretty gnarly crosswind down the runway. We're going to have to put a lot of right rudder and left aileron in. Actually, correction. Right aileron, left rudder in to counteract that. And we're going to get some pretty decent gusts here. So be ready for a nice, fun ride down the runway. The altimeter setting is 3009. Okay, that's set. Departure briefing. Okay, as previously discussed, we're at JFK, which we should not be because we don't actually fly here. We're over here at ramp 7. Let me show you this. We're at ramp 7. We're going to be using runway 22 right for departure. So we're going to taxi down. We'll push here. That's us. Yep. We'll push here, taxi down Alpha 4 until we get to Delta. We'll take Delta over to Echo, cross runway 31 right at Echo, and use full length on 22 right. Pretty gnarly crosswind from heading 300, which is actually a 17 knot crosswind component and a 3 knot headwind. That doesn't make any sense. Why would that be a headwind? Oh, now it's saying it's not used. Okay. What are we using then? Well, that changes some stuff. Okay, departing 31 left. That makes a lot more sense anyway. I don't know why we were using the 22s. Okay, so 31 left is what we're departing, which gives us still only a 7 knot, 3 knot crosswind component and a 17 knot headwind. This makes a lot more sense now. Okay. Well, I'm kind of glad that they switched the runways because I wasn't really excited about that takeoff. So let's go back over here to flight plan. Departure. It's going to be 31 left now on the JFK 5. Okay, we make sure that still makes sense. Yep, that works. Okay, so departure brief. JFK, ramp 7, taxi down Delta. And we'll make a... Well, hold on. Okay, actually we'll take Alpha all the way down, make a left onto Juliet, and then we'll depart full length from Zulu. 31 left. on the JFK 5 or the Kennedy 5 departure. Instructions 3-1 left. It's the Canarsie climb. Climb left direct to Canarsie VOR. Make turn east of Canarsie Radio 039 within 4.5 DME of JFK. Then via Canarsie Radio 176 cross DME 2.0 Canarsie or JFK Radio 253 at about 2,500 feet. Okay. And our FMC MCD will keep us honest with that. Then to Robbinsville, and then down to DCA. We'll brief the arrival when we get there. I think we got to redo this data here. All right, hold on. Let me fix this. Okay, we'll do it the good old-fashioned way. I don't think I like this switching the runway here, so let's go 3-1 left. Calculate. Okay, flaps 1, flex 57, 147, 147, 149. Flaps 1, 147, 147, 149, and flex 57. Okay. APU. Come on, baby. There we go. APU starting. Okay, before start pushback checklist. Okay, doors and windows. Still open. That's not good. Why are they still open? Hydraulic pump on, fuel pump is on. Alright, APU bleed. There we go. They're closing up now.
Traffic American 2380.
APU gen's on. So power's up. Parking brake. Set. Ground power.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Light, engine master. Ignition start. A-cars coming online.
Some doors are still opened or the GPU or the ASUS are still connected. I'm waiting for all of them closed and disconnected, then I will proceed.
Why is this cargo door still open?
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
No, apparently it's not. Aft cargo, close, close. Okay, now we're closed. I am using a texture mod, but I don't think it does anything. It's like a clean cockpit texture mod. I couldn't even tell you which one it was or where I found it. It doesn't seem to help, especially with the night textures. They're still god-awful, so I'm not even going to recommend it because I don't think it really does a whole lot to enhance the aircraft. Right. Okay, push start.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
About their work.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Alright, crew, I think we're ready here. Push start clearance. JFK traffic, good evening. United 1398, push start at gate Tango 7, tail facing west. Alright, crew, let's do this. Oh, well, you know what? Tell you what, hey, Blitz, after I get airborne, I will try to find the texture thing that I'm using. I don't recall what it is, but I will look it up. If you're noticing a difference, then it must be worth looking up. We'll do that, but let me get in the air first.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Alright, crew. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. Okay, there's rotation on 1. Fuel flow. Nope. Never mind. No fuel flow yet. Now there is. EGT. Both pressure's green. Okay, good start on 1. Starting 2. Okay. Rotation on 2. Fuel flow. EGT.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Okay, at the start checklist. Engines normal. APU bleed off. APU off. Electric hydraulic pump is off. Waiting on the ground signal. And taxi checklist. Flaps 1. Trim. Correction, let's do speed brakes. Trim -1 or 0.1. Transponder TARA. Speeds 147, 147, 149. Departure briefing, no update. Nose light.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Oh yeah? Cool. Yeah, I'm heading back to DCA right now. Apparently they don't fly to JFK, so I want to get out of here before it's too late. Alright, crew, I think we are just about ready to go here. Okay, let me grab my ground chart here, make sure that I know where I'm going. JFK traffic, United 1398, taxi to runway 31 left via Alpha, Juliet, and we'll hold short of 22 right. JFK. Alright, crew, let's do this. Okay, noticeable steering. Left, right, and the brakes.
Take off perfect 2315, establish 22 left, final, okay.
this should be Alpha right here. Yep. Okay. Let's do flight controls check. Ailerons left. Ailerons right. Elevator up. Elevator down.
Picture recommending 2015 short funnel to Kenny.
Okay, and the rudder. Rudder left. Rudder right. Okay, brakes flight controls are set. Auto brakes max set. Oh man, is that American Airlines plane doing okay over there? Wow. I mean, that 737 that just landed looked like it almost crashed. Let's not miss seeing that. Could be network stuff, but I saw a huge porpoise there. Probably just Microsoft Flight Simulator stuff. I can already feel that wind from the right. It's weather bending the aircraft. I'm having to use a lot of left rudder to taxi. Heading to bed. Yep, I'll be heading to bed after I land this thing. I gotta work tomorrow. But boy, I had a great day today. I bought a new car. I'm really excited. Bought me a new car. First new car in 9 years. It was a good day. Hey, we're coming up on Juliet here pretty soon. That turnover here should be Juliet. Alright, system display. Engine. Cabin crew be seated for takeoff. And that should be Juliet right there. Nope, this is Juliet right here, apparently. JFK traffic, United 1398 crossing 22 right at Juliet.
Approaching 4 left.
Yeah, I've made all kinds of mistakes taxiing before. Many times. Especially like at Chicago. I get so lost there sometimes. There's so many taxiways. Alright, let's go ahead and get prepped here. Radar switch 1. Cabin report is received. Takeoff config is checked. And there's our intersection there.
Truck American 2315 is going to be crossing 22 right at Zulu Avenue.
JFK traffic, United 1398, departing runway 31 left, Kennedy 5 departure. Condoisi climb.
Approaching 3-1 left.
Actually, good one. I'm coming online here at Kennedy in a minute.
Ah, bummer. Got clearance.
On runway 3-1 left.
Overshot that a little bit. Okay.
Okay, Truck American 2315, clear 22 right, and have fun short Kennedy.
Okay. Alright, crew, we ready? Alright. Let's do... Run. Okay, let's do it. Alright, set takeoff thrust. Man, Flex 57, SRS, runway, auto thrust blue.
I'm going to be coming online here at Kennedy ground, and what's our park?
Okay, 100 knots. B1 and rotate. Positive rate, you're up. Nav. Okay, there's some gusts. Kennedy traffic, United 1398 clear, 31 left. Climb. Let's climb. Okay, flaps up. Yeah, there's 5,000. takeoff checklist. Landing gear is up. Spoilers. Disarmed. Flaps are up. And exterior lights are off as required. Stand by for autopilot. Okay, IP1 coming up. That's a good takeoff. That takeoff run was very short because of the all the headwinds we had. Well, tell you what, guys, we can try it. We can try to fly the river visual into DCA, but I don't think that's going to work with the wind being what it is. But maybe we can try one practice approach, and if we can make it work, then we'll land. And if not, we'll just go around it, circle around to runway 1. What do you think? The wind is 310 at 8, gusting 17. It's right on the edge of being legal. I don't know. What's the tailwind component with that? $5 knot? I'll think about it. That might be a good little FMS landing system. FLS. Yeah, so I got a couple guys at UPS Virtual Airlines that I fly with that do scenery updates for us, and a couple of the airports that they updated was Lansing, Michigan, and Phoenix, Arizona. They made some really positive changes to those airports. One of which was increasing the lighting substantially because they're so dark. Okay, standard. Oh, absolutely. The X-Plane default airports are better than a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator payware airports. That's one thing that X-Plane has over Microsoft Flight Simulator. You know, I just wish we could take the best of these flight sims and add them in, right? The visuals, scenery, and the add-ons of Microsoft Flight Sim, and the airport environments, and the flight models, and the weather in X-Plane. You would have a killer sim. It's too bad that we have to compromise on both sims. X-Plane has pluses and minuses. Microsoft Flight Sim has pluses and minuses. And you just have to decide what is more important to you, right? Okay, well that's interesting. We have a top of descent, which is before our top of climb. So let's do this. Let's stop the climb at 320. So we have a minute to breathe. Nope, that's not what I said. Yes. Try that. That's better. Our top climb is now before our top of descent. But one thing I want to do here, just because I really want to give it a shot, let us plan for, well, I don't think anybody's going to be landing here. Let's do it. Let's plan for the 1-9 river visual. And then it should be the RNAV Zulu should work. Yeah, RNAV Zulu 1-9. Alright, we'll try this approach, and if it doesn't work, then we'll come back around and land on runway 1. Flight plan. What did I say? RNAV Zulu. Let's make sure that makes sense. Land. Oh, wow. Let's do this. Okay. That does make sense. Okay, let's go over the landing data. This is gonna be a rough one. So landing performance 1.9. Auto brake too low. Okay, let's try medium. Okay, so auto brake medium gives us a stopping distance of 5,161 feet, despite the 3-knot tailwind component. Unfortunately, this is not factoring in the gusting winds. So 310 at 8 gusting 17. So that is a 9-knot tailwind gust. So I'm going to add 4 knots to our approach speed. So it's going to be 142 on the VM. QNH is 3015. Temperature is 1 Celsius. Wind is 310. Let's just call it after that 31012. I'm gonna make this 145 on the approach. Well, hold on. Let me check. Let me see if SimBrief concurs with me on this. Wow, Man Max, huh? I don't know if I believe that. 42. Okay, so we're gonna make that 146. For the gust additive for the tailwind. Okay, I think we're all set. Arrival briefing. Clipper 3 RNAV. We're gonna pick that up here at Modena. So we got to cross Clipper at 12, Baltimore VOR at 10 and 250. Then we're going to swing a right turn here at Eyes, over to Megs and Nays, and come back around to Derrick and pick up the river visual into on runway 19. Well, here's the thing. If you have one that does all that stuff, that's Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's compromised, right? You're never gonna get a flight sim that can be cross-platform like that. That's great. You're gonna end up with Microsoft Flight Simulator that's made for people with Xbox controllers. Altitude. Have a brief. So that's done. Decision height. Let's see what that is here. 491. MSA is 25. We should start Derrick at 2700. MDA is 25. Seatbelt signs are already on. Alright, we should be heading down here in about a minute or so. Alright guys, let's head down. Descent. Okay, well, I'm not convinced that a cross-platform flight sim is ever going to be any good. And it's definitely windy up here tonight. I may have put some speed brakes in. We're coming in like very, very steep here. Speed brakes too. Brakes 3. Two, one, retract it. Hey, coming up on transition altitude. Oh boy. The wind got way worse. 330 at 16, gusting 24. Oh man. Okay, 3017. Alright, let's recompute this landing stuff. Oh boy. It's actually 330. Yikes. Gusting 24. 8 knots. So let's make it 33020.
Altimeter setting.
I already got it. That's a 16 knot tailwind. Oh boy. Hey, we're gonna try it anyway, and if it's not looking good, we'll just go around. It's not a big deal. I want to try it though. I want to see how the FLS does with at least flying it down to minimums. Speed. That's Baltimore, right? Yeah, there's 12,000 as you cross Clipper. Sam. Gust idle. Head down. I know this airport well. I fly out of here a lot. So this is Baltimore. I operate out of this cargo ramp over here with some regularity. That's runway 27, and these are the 33s, I believe. Or the 30s, something like that. Hey, so I know I'm not legal. I know there's no way because it's 330 at 19 gusting, 16 gusting 24. So there's no way that I can land with that. So it's kind of my intention to just fly it down to minimums or maybe just a little bit below minimums, and then we'll go around and circle to come back to land on runway 1. I know it's not even remotely legal. It's almost completely dead astern. 16 gusting 24. So, but I just want to kind of see if the FLS will fly me there, you know? We'll just see what it does. I don't think I can stop the plane, even with max manual braking with that kind of a tailwind. Okay, exterior lights, approach checklist complete. Well, I know I'm not supposed to. I really want to fly the river visual approach, or RNAV Zulu. It's essentially the same thing. I kind of want to fly that approach just to fly it. There's no traffic there, so we're not going to be impeding anybody. I wouldn't do it if there was actually people operating out of the airport, because that's not fair to them. It'd be something to flow traffic for my experiments. But since there's nobody there, I say let's do it just for the heck of it. I'm not going to land on 19. It's not possible. Well, it's physically possible, but I don't think we're going to be able to stop with a 24 knot gusting tailwind. So we'll just fly down, see what it does. Hey, that FMS landing system, that you activate that on the approach page, right? Is that over here somewhere? I don't remember. I haven't used it in a couple months, so I don't recall how to sequence it. Oh, I get it. Guys, look. Ayes, nays. Do you get it? Like Congress voting? The ayes have it, the nays have it? Oh. I get it. Ayes and nays, because we're over the Capitol. Okay, alright. You get me on that one. And then that should be DCA over here. Okay, got it. All right. So when I get to the leg on your, when you get on a leg to your final approach fix, press approach and manage descent to the final approach. Okay. Alright, well, if you see me screwing it up, please remind me, because it's not intuitive at all, as most Airbus things don't tend to be for me. Tell you what, let's take this down to 4,000, and I'm gonna go vertical speed 1,500 here. The judging part's the worst because you really know what you're doing and I don't, and I just play one on TV. It's a little embarrassing when real pilots watch me because I don't know what I'm doing. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so. Okay, there's our offending runway right there. And the Potomac River is right here. I'll be in Washington, D.C. in April. That'll be fun. Go 2,000 feet per minute. Let's put in 1/2 speed brakes and speed 200. Let's go 200. One more speed brake in there. Okay, got it. So direct derrick, safe downwind, then hit approach, set 2,000 and press the alt button. Alt knob. You're looking for FMA. It's gonna approach. Okay. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly to Megs and then I'll go direct derrick, so it'll give me a nice little curve over towards it. And I'll keep the altitude heading down to 2,700 because that's what we should cross derrick at. And actually, no, we just said 2,000, so we keep it going on a. Got it. All right, let's keep it going down to. Right there. Hit. Altitude is pressed. Thrust idle. Descent. That should get us back on the vertical profile then. Flaps 1. Speed brakes. Track no. Vertical deviation. Oops. I guess that's what that means. DCA traffic, United 1398 on the RNAV Zulu runway 19 approach. I hope nobody's there. They're gonna be like, what? No, it's good. There's nobody there. Speed 180. Flaps 2. Unless buttons can go off and you can hit approach now. Okay. Approach. Final. Approach nav. Alright.
$2,500.
Alright, speed. I'm gonna start approaching the final approach. Gear down. Be 145 or 146.
$2,000.
I feel like I got something wrong here. Oh well. Just approach altitude is 3,000. Alright, flaps full. Okay. Oh, this is fun. It sure is a nice view, if nothing else. This approach altitude is set. 8 runways in sight.
1,000. 1,000.
Oh man, this plane just seems too big to make this turn. I know people could do it, but... Okay, wind 320 at 15. We're not legal to land. I
100 above. 500. Minimum.
Yeah.
400.
I don't think I would ever make this.
Approaching 19.
Oh, maybe I could. I don't know.
300.
Almost.
200.
Alright, go around. You're up. Go around, flaps. Okay. Mantoga SRS nav. Almost had it. I maybe if I come in a little bit sharper on that. Alright, I'm gonna fly heading for now. Alright. Climb. Open climb. I'm gonna turn the autopilot back on here. Yeah, it was really pushing me. That's why you can't really fly that approach, right? It's just too much. You're getting pushed too hard from behind. I feel like I got it close, though. I don't know if I could have made that work. Maybe the wind. The wind wasn't pushing me so hard. Flaps 2. Alright, so let's go offset here about 30 degrees, and we'll set up for the ILS. Flaps 1. We'll set up for the ILS approach and do it right. Flaps up. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, ILS 1. Cool. Now we're set up for that. We'll just circle around and I'll go direct. I'm going to kind of fly downwind. And then we'll just go direct Catrin. And then let me go ahead and check that approach real quick to make sure I know what the minimums are on it. Alright. No, that's not it. MSA 26, decision altitude 214, Barrow. Alright. +1, Barrow is 214. Alright, we can go ahead and go direct. Catrin. Insert. Okay. And I'll start slowing her down again. Let's go about 200. Flaps 1. Altitude 25. Open the set. What's that open?
$2,500.
Got it. 214. Okay, this should be a little bit easier now. Okay, missed approach altitude is 2200. Alright, speed, altitude. Yep, landing system's on. And I'm gonna arm approach mode. Cat 3 single. Thanks for that landing system. I would have figured it out eventually when I didn't see the localizer and glide slope. DCA traffic. United 1398 on the ILS 1 approach. 01 approach. Alright, speed 180. Flaps 2. Okay, localizer captured. E160. Alright, the glide slope is alive. Laps 3. Nice look here now. Current approach speed 146. Oh yeah, I saw that, man. What is going on with these A321s? A week ago there was a really crappy landing at LAX, I think. And then yesterday that god-awful thing at Orlando. I love how United was calling that a mechanical issue. It was a mechanical issue induced by the pilots. All right, Mr. Approach altitude is 2200. All right, autopilot.
2,000.
All right, yeah. Let's not break the nose. You got it, man. Wind 320. So I gotta try to remember on the rollout, this thing's gonna try to weather main to the left. So I need to really try to keep the center line to the right. Yeah, the winds have been wild lately, everywhere. It's winter time though. I guess that's kind of normal, right? All right, I'm gonna focus here so I don't end up like those guys. Okay, wind 325 at 20. Oh, auto brakes. Medium. Set. Okay, landing checklist. Landing gears down. 3 green. Spoilers armed. Laps.
1,000.
Okay. Altimeters. We're equivalent. DCA traffic. United 1398 on final. 01. Okay, a little bit left of center. Correcting. Now I'm left to center, correcting.
Approaching 1.
Okay, 330 at 16.
500. 400. 300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
Oh, there we go. Hold on. There we go. Manual braking.
Auto brake off.
Two 2,000 feet remaining.
Probably could have made that. Oh no, that's a runway. We don't want that. Oh god, that was terrible. I can't land this thing for crap, man. That was not that good.
100.
Approaching 1-5.
Yeah, I don't think they'll mind if we cross that. That was not my best work. Look and review this. You guys can review this while I run my checklist here. After landing checklist, spoilers, flaps. Okay. Yeah, it's called Stable Approach. It's a free one and it works good. Okay, so we crossed the threshold at 50 feet. That's good. Threshold distance a little bit long, but not too bad. But the touchdown was just garbage. And centerline deviation was not great either. Oh, I mean, I didn't break anything. I mean, none of this would have bent any metal, but man, it's definitely not ideal. Pitch attitude was good. Crab angle, yeah, because of the wind. Yeah, I like Stable Approach. It's really nice. It seems to be pretty accurate too, and honest. It will tell you if you suck. Bro, get your truck out of the way, man. Checklist. APUs available. Power is on. Parking brake released. APU off. Hey man, thanks for being here. I appreciate you helping me through that approach. As always, it's always nice to have a real Airbus guy here because this is by far the aircraft that I understand the least and fly the least. So your help is greatly appreciated. So thank you for your time on that. Have a good one. Be safe out there with all that wind. And don't be like me. Fly better than that. Well, guys, that's it for me tonight. Just want to get this one flight in. I still need to work on my Airbus landings. They're just no good. I don't know how else to put it. I can land an MD-11 great, a 777 great, most of the time a 737, but this thing, I just cannot figure it out. So I'll keep trying. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.